Hello. Yeah, buongiorno and a wonderful sunny afternoon from Gaeta in Bella Italia. These are live pictures from where our beautiful yacht is located at the moment. So thanks very much to all of you for joining on your Friday afternoon, our live site inspection of Blue Deer, San Lorenzo Sea Lodge. And also big thank you to Stefano and his wonderful team to making this idea come reality, and for all the efforts to show his beauty to us this afternoon. It's the very first time that we are doing a live virtual tour on Blue Deer, and Stefano just said he's a bit excited, or a lot excited, and a bit nervous because I mean, it's not an internet which we usually have at our lodges, but we just did a test and it looks really perfect. Yeah, so we start with the tour of Blue Deer, and afterwards you have the chance to ask any questions you might have. After this, Stefano will also give you a brief introduction to our white deer in South-Sahara and Alto Adige, and to our luxury apartment in Rome at Piazza Navona, to our holy deer. So, but for now, over to you, Stefano. We are very curious and excited to see Blue Deer live.
Hi, Uli. Thank you so much, and good afternoon to everybody. I'm really emotional and nervous because for the first time in 5 years, I have the chance to introduce personally the Blue Deer. Normally, it's overbooked or difficult to find the right time to be on board to do a sort of live introduction of the lodge. We call lodge at the beginning very important because this is not a charter boat. Blue Deer is the way to discover Italy from the sea. What does it mean? You will see that we have an Italian crew. We serve only Italian food. We serve only Italian wine, and we tried to introduce the authenticity of Italy, place by place, where we are sailing with Blue Deer. Our macro area of sailing are for the Sardinia, the Pontine Islands, the Naples, and Sicily. That's our beautiful areas where our guests love to be and want to come back again. But today we are in an unbelievable place that I love with really my heart, Gaeta. Gaeta is a very unknown village. We are in front to the antique side of the village, Gaeta. And this is one of the places from where the boat start sailing. And I'm in a place, the Blue Deer is a 74-feet catamaran. It's considered one of the biggest catamaran that sailing in the Med. It's not for real sailor. It's for people that love to enjoy the sea, love to enjoy spaces, because thanks to have two hull, we can offer really a big space. Imagine that in total we have 220 square meters of living space inside the boat. So it's quite a big boat. And actually, I'm next to the mast. I want to show you the size of the mast because I cannot embrace completely the mast. The mast is really huge, and normally, of course, now we are on the anchor, so we cannot put on the sails. But normally, thanks to a great guy that is our captain, Daniele, that now I'm the honor to introduce you. He loves to sail. He loves to make our guest unbelievable emotions sailing. So Daniele is. I don't know if you can hear Daniele because with difficult. Uli, can you hear Daniele?
We could hear. It's hard to understand you, honestly.
Okay. It's hard to understand me.
No, not you, but Daniele.
Daniele, yes. Try
to be close together. Yeah, that's perfect.
We are close together now. And I give. Can you hear Daniele?
Daniele, say please.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Yes.
Okay. So Daniele is a great captain with an unbelievable experience, but the experience that he has is mostly on the land. I mean, the land in the way that he knows every single corner of Italy, and he knows how to, let me say, not shock in the negative way, but surprise our guests, showing some very, very hidden bays, dramatic places. And this makes a great difference. And so I'm so happy to be here with Stefano. Yeah. That I met unfortunately only this year, but I guess that we're gonna plan for lots of years in the future. That's our goal. Our goal. Yeah. So if we start, no, the season is already started. So it's stress, I would say. Don't believe me, to create this moment. Okay, I stress a lot of Daniele, because tomorrow we have other clients arriving from Germany, and so the boat must be ready for tomorrow morning when the guests will arrive. We just finished another charter, so the season starts the 1st of May. And we'll end this year the 30th of October. So we are more or less fully booked. We have only one of the ability doors from the 24th of September to the 12th of October for the moment, but the rest is completely overbooked. Yeah, very happy. So I leave you, and we go down. Give me back the Grazie. See you later. So now, this is the fly bridge where we love to serve normally meals, dinner mostly in this area that is a very private. This is used mostly when the boat is in the harbor, because at that height nobody can see you, so you have a real privacy. So now we go down to the cockpit, so the back of the boat, through these steps. And the cockpit is quite generous. This is the second table that we have, and we use a lot, mostly for breakfast and lunch, and also for getting some cocktails, like in a bar. You see, the space is one of the best elements of this boat. You already see some toys on board. These are the sea bobs that belong part of the game, because you want to enjoy some. Now we cover, of course, when we don't use it, we cover. But this is unbelievable speed sea bob going down to and this is another crazy thing. It's a trampoline made by a professional company that is preparing everything for Olympic Games. So for the ones that is able to jump in the water properly, not like me, this is something very mamma mia, very nice. So I show you now, if Simone will follow me, one of the side of the boat. I forgot to say, this is one of the places that is much more considered by our guests to lay down, because imagine you are here, you see the sea, and you are relaxed and protected with the wind, against the waves, the water. So now we go to the front part of the catamaran boat. That is again another big space for sun bath, where we have the chance to see the myth, Giovanni. Giovanni is our first mate. Ciao, Giovanni. Giovanni is with us since 3 years, so he knows every single details of the boat, but he's a great guy, mostly with guests. He's the ones that make every single kids enjoying every single moment on the boat. Not only on the boat, but also on the dinghy as well, because he's in charge of of water toys. So scuba diving. He's a scuba diver instructor. So he can teach, he can bring guests with him to discover the underwater beautiful places of Italy. And he's a great guy, simply a great guy. Sometimes people say that he's a typical Latin lover, but I cannot tell. I cannot tell too much because he has a girlfriend. And this is another space very well used by our guests because you can get some bath in these big cushions. So now we make the turn, we round the round of the boat, and we start going inside. So this is another, and going inside, I mean, I can see only the let me say, the king of the inside area of the boat. Paolo. Paolo is our great chef. Paolo is, ciao Paolo. Ciao Paolo. Paolo is coming from Puglia. He's Pugliese 110%. And he's able to create unbelievable recipes using really authentic ingredients. So Paolo, and we are very happy to talk the decision when we built this boat to create the kitchen at the same level of the saloon, because Paolo has the chance to introduce the way to prepare food together with our guests. So at the end, it's a sort of a show-off kitchen where everything must be very well prepared. But I want to show you something that only Paolo can be able to do this. So behind him, he created a sort of vegetable and fruit garden because he loved to create a sort of, normally in a boat, you have the orchid trees that are very fake. We like to have only authentic things, as I said before. So we have all the herbs for cooking. And Paolo take care of these 4 plants of herbs like kids. Every single time when the boat is on the anchor, or mostly on the harbor, he bring all the plants outside because they have to breathe the fresh air. And all these products come from his region because he knows farmers, he knows very little producer. Imagine, this is my preferred box. These are taralli made by him. That's a mamma mia, mamma mia. I thought to know taralli, but when you try this, you fall in love with Paolo, even if you're a man. And okay, Paolo, you're doing, what are you doing?
I'm going to prepare the panzanella.
Panzanella is a typical, let me say, breakfast, lunch, dinner.
You want.
Anytime you want, you can eat panzanella. So, continua a lavorare. Good, go ahead. And on the other side, we have, of course, the third table on the saloon. We don't use it. Essentially, this table is very, very, very rarely used, only in case of bad weather. Of course, we invited the guests to stay here. We have a TV that is hidden in case it come out, but we don't like to show any TV in this boat. Now I'm going to introduce the 4 cabins. We are 4 cabins on site. We start with the ones in front. The front cabin, I show you, are cabins that can become can be organized with different layout. For instance, now we have 3 single beds because the family of tomorrow, they have 4 kids and they love the kids to have their own bed. But in case we have a couple, we can move this bed and we can link together the bed to create a double bedroom.
when we designed the boat, we had a fantastic, a nice discussion with the architects and engineer of Sanrif, because they introduced some ideas of layout for this boat. And I said, no, I don't want to see any layout that you are suggesting, because my layout must start with the shower. Because in my opinion, shower is an important point in a boat. Must be comfortable, must be big. So we created for each cabin quite nice shower where you can feel at home, let me say. And you know, we have the other two lodges, one in the mountain, one in Rome. But to create a connection with the one in the mountain, we create a wall with the same stone that we use in the mountain for our relaxing area. Now I show you the twins cabin, the cabin that is very similar to that one in front again. This is another, the captain sits when he's going to organize everything inside. And the second cabins in front, same configuration as the first that you saw, with different colors. So this is thanks to Georgia, my wife, that she liked to create different colors, different aspect of each cabin. Well, another important aspect of the cabin are the windows, because each cabin has at least 3 windows facing, as you can see, on the sea. So every morning when you wake up, you have the beauty of the sea, and this is something very well considered by our guests. So now same configuration of the bathroom with a big shower, and now we go to see the back cabin. The back cabin are cabins definitely double bed. We cannot create a different configuration. So one is on this side. Here we are. So this is one of the double bed cabins with again in this case 4 windows in front of the sea, with another here we are with the bathroom with another big shower. I show you when I'm inside, because this is something that is very comfortable. I mean, on the boat you do 3, 4, 5 times showers. So it's, and one time you use more or less one time you use the bed. So it's much better to focus our attention on space on the shower than on the bedrooms. In each cabin, I don't know if you realized, there are pictures of our lodge or our mountains nearby the white here, because we love to create a sort of balance between the sea and the mountain. Again, even in these rooms, there is a TV, but it's hidden because I prefer the panorama than the TV. Now I show you the last cabin. That is just a face. And this cabin has, again, different colors, but same layout. So it's a double bed with a nice view. Again, in this case, we have a nice view in front to Gaeta Vecchia. That is not bad. With the same situation as before, with the shower and that's it. So now I think that I more or less end my live introduction to Brudier, and I'm going to get out to the cockpit again, and I have the occasion to introduce Piera, our stewardess. And Piera is she's a fantastic cocktail maker, and as always, she knows that I like a cocktail. So what are you doing, Pietra?
So
Yeah.
I'm proud to introduce you our. This is a new special drink.
It's a new special drink because they cannot hear you.
Okay.
It's a new special drink just created for the Blue Deer.
This is the Blue Deer Bergamottini.
Bergamottini, the Blue Deer Bergamottini, because we use a bergamotto. I don't know if you know bergamotto is a liquor made by a kind of orange named bergamotto, and with a whiskey, a gin that is produced in Südtirol, so to the mountain. So it's really something very special. So shall I have the chance to try, or I have to wait?
Of course.
Maybe I can. In the meantime that you finish to prepare, I can sit on the table, and I'm completely available for any kind of questions from your side.
Thanks so much, Stefano. It looks absolutely amazing. It's a beautiful, beautiful boat, ship, yacht. Yeah, huge. So really beautiful. Thanks so much.
I mean, it's not huge.
It looks
nice,
huge.
It's a nice compromise to leave the sea, because sometimes, oh wow, look, I have to turn.
Oh, perfect.
Cheers. Now, Uli, we love kind of boats where you can touch the sea and not just to see the sea.
Mm-hmm.
And this size is a fantastic compromise to be in a big boat, let me say, but again, in very normal contact with the sea and not far away from the sea.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. No, it's a home on the sea. A very nice home.
Thank you so much.
One question. Can you explain the routings again? So the areas where we are cruising?
Actually, the boat, when we start in Gaeta, is because we wanted to sail in the Pontine Islands. Pontine Islands are very hidden islands between Rome and Naples. My preferred island of the entire Med, believe me. And my preferred island name is Palmarola. Palmarola is an island without any village. So only with a private boat you can reach this island. But it is so beautiful, so wild that nobody could imagine to have such kind of experience. So normally tomorrow, I know already, I spoke with the captain before, and they leave in the early afternoon from Gaeta, and they go to Palmarola directly. So they will have an overnight at the anchor in one of the name of the bay is Seagull Bay, my preferred bay, in Palmarola. So they have overnight there, and they go to Ponza. Ponza is much more known as island of this little group of islands. After Ponza, they will go to Ventotene, another Mamma Mia island. In winter time, 250 inhabitants. That's it. Wow. So really, really authentic. And in Ventotene, of course, we cannot go with our boat, but there is still a Roman harbor made by the Romans 2,000 years ago that is still working for smaller boats. For our boat, it's impossible because it's too big, but for smaller boat, sailing boat is really an experience to enter inside the harbor built by Romans 2,000 years ago. And the trip of these kinds continue from Ventotene to Procida, that is my preferred island inside the Naples Gulf. Procida is another hidden island, the smaller island in the Naples Gulf, nearby Ischia, but really authentic. It is an island where you can see again and you can hear again the fishermen shouting that the fish arrive. So it is a completely different dimension. And then, of course, we will end this charter in a much more show-off places like Capri. So they will go from Procida and Ischia, they go to Capri, and from Capri to Positano, and from Positano to Castellammare. Castellammare is a harbor between Sorrento and Naples, but we love to choose this area because Castellammare is 5 minutes far from Pompeii. So if you wanted to visit Pompeii, it's enough to walk for 5 minutes and you are in Pompeii. So that is a trip that I like very much. Normally, I like to share my sea experience with the travel designer and with the guest, the potential guest, to design together such kind of itineraries. We don't like to just to offer the famous places because they became boring at the end. Believe me, mostly in the peak season, I refuse to go to Capri. Capri, sorry, I have nothing against Chinese, but if you go to Piazzetta di Capri and instead, you know, the famous Piazzetta where the bar, and inside on the table there are only Chinese, this is no more Capri for me. Capri is now where nobody is there, where you can breathe the atmosphere or la dolce vita, but not in the peak season where even the people in Capri are not the right one, let me say. So we like to design very special itineraries. And then after this trip, the boat will go to Sicily, and we start 3 charters in the Aeolian Islands, and then he come back to Naples Gulf, and for 1 month we will be in the Naples Gulf. So we move where the clients love to be, more or less, of course.
Within this area,
Yeah.
Sicily, Sardinia, also.
Yeah, this year nobody was asking. Yeah, this year nobody was asking Sardinia.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, but believe me, it's quite chaotic during the peak summer because mostly we love to go to La Maddalena. That is a beautiful archipelago. But you know, with the dinghy, with the simple boat, a tender, you can reach La Maddalena in 20 minutes. So in the August, for instance, is plenty of people. So you cannot admire the beauty of this area. Sardinia is perfect outside of the season. So in September, end of September is Mamma Mia, but not in the peak season. Peak season is much more better to be in Sicily, in the Aeolian Islands, because they are still not so crowded, because they are little islands, or the Pontine Islands as well.
Yeah, great. Sounds, I mean, we really show more the hidden places of Italy. I mean, according to the philosophy, it's really about the authentic side of Italy in everything we do. So we take guests to places which they have never heard of. Okay, great. So maybe explain a little bit more on the, on the meals, how we do it, how we talk to the guest, how it's designed. So that we have a better.
As I said, it's not a charter boat, so it means that we design day by day meals for our guests using the much more authentic ingredient that we can find locally. So it means that the recipe is going to change from region to region because the simple example. Now we are in Gaeta. Gaeta is one of the capital of mozzarella di bufala. Imagine that the inhabitants of Gaeta at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, they consider the mozzarella over, gone. They are waiting for the new mozzarella for the day after. Where I'm living in South Tyrol, a mozzarella of 4 days is very fresh. So you mean the different. So we love to introduce the real mozzarella when the boat is in Gaeta. But if the boat is in Sicily, we will never offer mozzarella because mozzarella in Sicily doesn't exist. They have to import from Naples or from Gaeta. So we prefer to introduce another fantastic fresh cheese that is la ricotta. And when they discover ricotta from Sicily, they wanted the ricotta for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, and salted ricotta, sweet ricotta. So this is our style. Our style is also Paolo knows a fisherman. So he goes to the fisherman directly, buy the fish, drop down in temperature immediately, and put in the freezer to create a really fresh but authentic fish. Fish for Paolo is from the sea. He said, not from the, how to say, the farm. The sea farm is not allowed on our boat. The same is for the wine. On board, we have this year 440 bottles of wines. That is a huge amount of wine, but only from the region where the boat is sailing. So for instance, this year, we have a bottle of wine from Lazio, from Campania, and from Sicily. Selecting Mamma Mia producer, unknown in the most of the case because they are very little producer, but to introduce the real authenticity of the place and of the area. I did an incredible research to reach this point. On board this year, you can taste the best pasta of the world. I went in a little village between La Campania and Puglia. The name is Irpinia, not the village, the area, where there is a guy, 65 years old, is a farmer that he produced by himself the wheat, and with the wheat he created the pasta. It's considered the best pasta of the world. Very few, little amount, but on my boat and on my lodge, from now, you can eat only this kind of pasta. This is our philosophy in introducing a different Italy, the real Italy.
Beautiful. Cannot wait to test it. Fantastic.
The pasta
Great.
is Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia pasta.
No, imagine Paolo that is a chef since ever. He never heard about this pasta. And when he tasted this pasta, he said, Stefano, I have to, it's like to be in an elementary school, in the kindergarten, to try a completely different experience. But this pasta is a kind of pasta, if you eat 200 grams, you feel empty. It doesn't blow up in your stomach. It's Mamma Mia. No, it's really something never tried in my life. I have to tell you, I discovered something new this year. So, but we love it. We love it to increase the day year by year. Yeah, exactly.
Very good, excellent. So Astrid is saying here she's looking forward to try that as well. So.
you are very welcome.
So you are a big, perfect and amazing team. The two of you sounds like fantastic.
Yeah. So, you know that we love to work in team, and in this case, we are a sort of back office of the boat because we have 4 crew members, so they are the front office. But myself and Georgia, we are working day and night also for the boat to organize everything from the back and to offer to our guests something really unique.
Yeah. Wonderful. So in terms of timing, so we offer a 1 week 1 week cruise. So this is a 1 week full charter. What we have created this year, because we had some slots in between, so we have created some combinations with Holy Deer, because we had 3 and 4 night gaps in between, and there's also a question how the booking situation is. So we are kind of fully booked over the summer.
We are fully booked apart 3 days in June. Yeah. In this case, we authorize a combination between Rome and the Blue Deer, so Holy Deer and the Blue Deer, or we just received a cancellation from one guy from US in the end of September. So actually, we have another space between the 24th of September till the 12th of October. And then we continue with other 2 charters at the end of the season. We'll end at the end of October. In this period, the boat can be or in the Naples Gulf or in Sicily, because the last 2 charters will be in Sicily. So the people can decide to be in Sicily in October or the end of September is really fantastic. You feel the king of each single island of the Aeolian Islands, because nobody, just you, the local people, is really an experience. The Sicily in October and the end of September is something, mamma mia. If this is the real luxury, to be where nobody can be, you know. We love to suggest that I mean, we have clients from Germany that comes in October, because October, imagine last year in October in Aeolian Islands, the temperature of the water was 22 degrees
in October.
So, in October. I would say end of October, not the beginning of October. End of October. Fantastic.
Perfect.
So really something amazing, and you discover places where you cannot imagine that exist, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, in general, I mean, Blue Deer is booked very well in advance. So we have
already,
This year we had a lot of bookings moved from last year to this year, but in general, I mean, you need to book, let's say, by the end of summer for next year already.
I would say yes or not, because for the next year we are already 8 weeks booked. So means that the people for Blue Deer, they started really advance to book their week, because they know that it's very difficult to find a gap, availability on Blue Deer. I mean, we are very proud of it. We work very hard to create something different than a normal charter boat. So, and that's the problem for us is that the problem is a positive problem, because we have a lot of repeating clients. The people that they book year by year, of course, in different destinations, but the same family, because they enjoy so much to be on board. I forgot, for instance, to say that Giovanni loved to fish. So we fish with the boat. Last year, we took a tuna fish of 25 kilos. So imagine much more, but this was the biggest one. And imagine the emotion when you fish a tuna fish at such dimension together with the guest. That will be a unforgettable memory. You know, this is our side. I hope that to be able to transmit our passion of what we are doing on the sea.
You do. Without a doubt. It's really an amazing experience. So maybe before we move on to the other 2 lodges, to introduce them quickly, maybe just quickly on the activities. So all the equipment for for water sports activities, kind of on board, even for diving. We have a diving equipment.
Yes, all the dive equipment is offered by us, of course, and Giovanni is a great diving instructor. So he loves also kids. That is very important on the boat, because he can play with kids. He can teach the kids also the wakeboard, the ski, the water skis. We have all kind of what, even the banana. We have the banana, but you know the banana is something that is very well appreciated by everybody. You know, the entire family is on the banana shouting. You know, and of course we love, but we love also to introduce the land where next to where the boat is anchored. So we love to offer some experience on the land, like hiking, like for instance, if you are in the Stromboli, you cannot forget to be to the top of the volcano to see the eruption. Every night there is an eruption. So it's really something fantastic. So we like to play combining sea experience with the land experience. Another experience that if I'm on board, I like to share with my guest is the sea urchins hunting. You know, sea urchins is something that I love so much. So I'm a hunter, and I love to bring my guest with me hunting the sea urchins. That is something really very well, let me say, appreciated by our guest.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Stefano, for showing us around and for presenting your emotions and your this beautiful product very passionately. So thanks very much. I think it gave all of us
Thank you so much.
a very good impression what Plutia is like, and that it is what we offer in the mountains and in Rome, that this is the same experience on the sea. So
yeah, it's the same experience, of course, at different locations.
Absolutely, so now, but it's a San Lorenzo experience.
It's a San Lorenzo experience. And, you know, we like to introduce Italy on completely different way. And now we have the chance to introduce, to be on the mountain, on a big city, famous city, historical city like Rome, and on the sea. So we love, we have clients, a lot of clients, I would say mostly from US, that they love to do what we call the Grand Tour of Italy, using our 3 lodges, discovering the mountain, then the city, and then the sea. That is a mamma mia trip I would like to do with my family, because really something, and we use a lot of this trip for also honeymooner. For honeymoon is mamma mia. Because you discover, you don't need to go to the Maldives to have a fantastic honeymoon, because using these 3 lodges, you can discover, of course, privacy, because you know that all our lodges are only by out and not by rooms. So maximum privacy that now can be translated in maximum security. And on the other side, a different way to discover Italy. I'm really, you cannot imagine why I talking with you. In front of me, there is a fisherman coming back from the fish with a lot of seagull around the boat, because he has fish. So that is a good sign. When the seagulls are look, I want to show you.
Giovanni, go for it.
No, Giovanni is, I don't know if you can see the fishermen.
We can see the boat, but not the seagulls.
The seagull just, because it's too far from, it's not too far, but from the video, it looks quite far away. But this is something that I like to see this kind of situation. Anyway,
this is
come back to myself.
Real life on the ocean.
Yeah, exactly. This is Italy. We're still fishermen coming back on Friday evening with fish for the, mostly they sell to the Roman market. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you like now, or are there any other questions?
There are no more questions. I think we answered them all. Your presentation was perfect. So I think everyone is ready to sell.
Okay. So now, I don't know if you can see my presentation. Uli, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you again.
I cannot hear you.
Now you can hear me?
I don't know why.
Hello?
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Perfect.
So can you see my presentation?
Yes, we can. Perfect.
Okay, great. So we start from the blue deer. where I am. So you see, now you can see much better probably where Gaeta is. So Rome, Naples, and Gaeta in the middle. This is the place where I'm talking about today. And these are the areas, the Sicily, Aeolian Islands, or Sardinia, where the boat used to be. So now we go to the mountain. We go up to the end of Italy, nearby Austria. This is my family 10 years ago when we started this new adventure of our life. We put the family on top. Of course, I was younger and my kids were kids, and now they are more than teenagers. But just to show that every decision that we took was a family decision and not my decision or Georgia's decision. So the white deer is located in the middle of nowhere, I would say. It's a place where if you want to see a deer, it's enough to open the windows, but if you want to see a human, you need a car. So it's very private. It's a very against any kind of virus. The view is quite a nice view because we are located in a cross of three valleys. The Val Badia on that side, on the left, right side, the Val Pusteria, the Pustertal in front, and Valle Orina on the left. Very important to talk about this house in terms of who built this house. This house was built in the 16th century, so more than 500 years ago, by the bishop of the valley as a hunting house. It's a listed house, so it's considered a historical monument of the area. So we cannot touch anything inside because it's protected. But this makes this house very unique. It's open all year round because you know that Dolomites are beautiful on this winter and summer time, even autumn. Inside we restore, it took more than 2 years to restore completely this house because when we bought it was more or less a ruin, but we tried to keep as much as possible the authenticity of this house to make the people feel at home. For instance, these are the original ceiling of the 16th century, imagine, and they are very, very well admired by our guests. We have a relaxing area where we can offer the sauna, the steam bath, the whirlpool. But I take this occasion showing this picture to talk about the water. The water at the lodge comes from our private spring, so we are not connected with the city, and is considered really top water. So everywhere in the house you drink spring water. And all the heating is made by wood from our forest. We have 70 hectares around the lodge, and we love to use our wood, not petrol, no gas for heating the house. We have 4 bedrooms, so 3 double bedrooms and 1 bunk bedrooms. For that reason, we say that this lodge is for 6 plus 4 people. I forgot to say, talking about a blue deer, that the blue deer is for 8 plus 2, because as I show you in front, we have cabins that can become triple, but in this case, they are not for 3 adults. So the lodge is for 1, 2, 3 couples, so 6 adults and 1 bunk bedroom for kids. As I said before, talking about the blue deer, we love to focus our philosophy on experiences, what we call priceless experiences. Priceless experiences, what does it mean for us? We started with wine, because wine at the lodge is really a priceless experience. We guessed something like 1,500 bottles of wine, mostly from the region, from Südtirol, because Südtirol is very well considered in terms of quality of wine. And I love to introduce the wine to make wine tasting in this wine cellar. So this is, I would say, one of the most frequented room of the lodge. And this is Georgia, my wife. Georgia loves to cook for our guests. She's not a chef, a professional chef. She's an unbelievable cooker. And our food style is the typical Italian high-end family style. It's not a restaurant style. Even Georgia, don't ask Georgia to prepare a menu, because every single day she organized a menu following what she found in the fresh market. And don't ask Georgia to repeat the same recipe. Normally, we ask to our guests if they have some intolerances of allergies on food, and we create our menu. Same for the boat as well. Another experience that I like to share with my guests is chopping wood in the forest. Is a very anti-stress activities, or milking goats. We have goats, we have cows, and we love that our guests can have the chance to milk a goat, for instance. Will be a memory forever, I would say. Or mushroom hunting. During the summertime, mostly August and September, we have a lot of stime pills. So I love to bring my guests with me looking for mushrooms. And then when we come back, I teach them how to clean them and to prepare for cooking, and Georgia then start to cook the mushroom found. Or even play golf. Why? I included the golf as a priceless experiences, because our golf course is really an experience. It's considered the most vertical golf course in the world. Was designed by Ron Kirby and Jack Nicklaus. You can play 18 par 3, very, 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 very difficult. Imagine that in 10 years, nobody reached the par of the golf course. Of course, it's private, only our guests can pay. It's not good for beginners, because we need to hire a psychologist to recover them, but for really good golfer is something very, very nice. Now we go from Dolomites to Rome. I hope that everybody knows Piazza Navona. Piazza Navona is one of the most famous square of Rome, of the Eternal City. In the middle of Piazza Navona, there is a church named Sant'Agnese in Agone. And you see from this picture in the church, there is a light on these windows. This is the lodge. The lodge is literally inside the church of Piazza Navona. How and why? The lodge was built by Borromini, and was frescoes by Allegrini, as to create the official residence of the Pope Innocenzo X. This is the layout of the property. Imagine that we are talking about 440 square meters. Only 2 bedrooms. One is here, the Pope bedroom, and one is here, the Via dell'Anima bedroom. So only 2 bedrooms, so maximum 4 plus 1 person. Imagine that there is you have to walk for 80 meters from one bedroom to another one. So it's quite a huge apartment, because we thought to offer to our guests the concept of space in a city. Most of our guests they are living in big houses. So also in the city, normally you find small places. So we thought that it was nice to offer to our guests a real big space on a city. And we design the layout of this property is like a private house for a family, which where every single room must have a meaning. For instance, this is the entrance, and after the entrance, we go immediately in what we call the music room. The music room with the piano made by Yamaha it looks like a concert piano, but effectively is a quite special piano. First of all, he can play by himself, and imagine that if one Yamaha piano, official pianist, allowed us to be connected with their own piano, this piano will play live what he's playing in his house, wherever he is in the world. These are other pictures of the music room. And then from the music room, you go to the studio. The studio was created because we have some clients that they needed to work or they needed to meet people. And so we created a much more private room. In each room, because as I said, our style is, our let me say, hospitality style is like to host your best friend living far away, that one day he decided to come back visiting you. So for us, in each room of this property, there is a pieces belonging to our family, because this is the sense to be in a family house. For instance, in the wall there are my collection of antique travel books, or we have a lot of atlas, antique atlas, because I'm an atlas collector. Next room is what we call the dressy room, or the first bedroom. In this room, we decided to celebrate Giorgia's grandfather. Giorgia's grandfather was the founder and the owner of Brioni. So this room, you brief the real man fashion. All the cupboard, the wardrobes are covered with the cashmere in Prince of Wales, because for him was the best fabric for a man's suit. And when we decided to create this unique place, we decided to use only Italian craftsmen and not flashy brands for furnitures, because we think that luxury now is directly linked with unicity. Sometimes flashy brands are very expensive, but you can find these pieces all around the world. In this case, for us, they are only a question to be expensive, but not luxury. Imagine, for instance, the hanging. You see the hanging here were made by a craftsman that made each hanger by hand, and they cover the hanger with leather. It was a crazy job. For each of these, it took 3 days. Crazy. Then the bathroom, the first bedroom, and the first bedroom named Via dell'Anima bedroom. On the wall, there is a artwork made by an artist half Italian, half French, representing a family trees. So must be anyway a cozy bedroom, and not just a typical, let me say, luxury hotel bedroom. Through a corridor that we transform in a library, we go to the other side of the property. And you can face what we call the Tva Bar Lounge. We have a TV, but it's completely hidden, because we don't like to show any TV. And there is a bar that we joke to call him the mini bar, but it's 3 meters high. Very important to underline what is inside everything inside this bar is completely a free disposal of our guests. Because if you wanted to feel at home, you must open a bottle of wine or take some alcoholic drinks without thinking that the first bottle is offered and the second one you have to pay. This is not the sense of luxury, the sense to be at home. But I fix one limit. The limit is that everything must be produced in Italy. So means that we don't offer something that is not produced inside our territory. Then we go to what we call the dining room. Normally we offer, and including our prices, breakfast, because people love to be outside for dinner or lunch. But in these days, we are also able to organize a private dinners at the lodge with the chefs from the typical Roman mama to the free Michelin star chefs. Every Michelin star chef loves to come to our lodge to cook just for 4 people. This is the dream for them. There are some pieces on this room very interesting, like the table where the people are used to have a breakfast at least. This table is the original Baroque Roman table with 34 different kinds of color marble inlaid. And the funny story was that this kind of color marble were stolen by the kids in Fort Imperiali during the nights and sold to the artists during the day. But you know, this kind of table now you can see only in the museums, and so it's very nice that you can have breakfast on a table like this. And now, from the dining room, we go to the Pope bedroom. The Pope bedroom was considered insane. It's really insane. This is the bathroom. That it looks a normal, nice bathroom, but behind this door there is something very special. We have that's a hot tub
that was created in a space where originally was hosting the steps to reach the tower bell of the church. So now is a hot top, a huge hot top surrounded by this wall made with a mosaic. These artists used 265,000 pieces to create this mosaic. And from the bathroom, we go to the bedroom. The bedroom is difficult to make pictures about this bedroom because it's really big. Imagine that the ceiling is 8.5 meters high. So 3 floors of a modern buildings. But that was the Pope bedroom. And you see, we elevated the bed because these were the 3 steps that the Pope was used to do to say hello and to bless the people in Piazza Navona. Plenty of details, of course, on this room. Now you see the bed on the top of the 3 steps, and every single day when you sleep on this bed, this is the view. This ceiling, painted by Allegrini, is considered one of the most beautiful examples of Roman Baroque art. Many books art books talk about this ceiling, and our guests say it's like to wake up in the Sistine Chapel because this is something really really special. We have sometimes people that they lose to sleep the first night because they start to watch details of this fresco, and at the end they lose the sleep. So Uli, I finished to introduce the other 2 lodges. Let me know if there are some questions about them, or is enough of what I did.
Thank you so much, Stefano. There are no questions as yet. Does anyone have any questions? But I think you explained it so well. I mean, it's so much detail in all the lodges, but I think in particular in Rome. I mean, I had the honor and the pleasure to experience it myself, to stay overnight at the Pope's bedroom, and I mean it's an incredible place. It's really hard to describe that something like this exists, and that you can make your dream come through and really stay in such a beautiful historic place. So there is one question here from Christy. Is Rome fully open now in terms of restaurants and sites and everything?
Yeah. It's fully open. So every activities can be done in Rome. Of course, for museums, so you have to book in advance. You cannot go to the museum ask for a ticket, but we are used to organize all the stay of our guests, if they like, through our let me say fantastic house manager, that is Simone, that is able to organize a really authentic experience inside Rome. Restaurants are open from tomorrow, I think. No, from the 1st of June. Even inside you can eat in Italy, not only outside. But you know, Rome is beautiful to be outside and not inside. So anyway, everything is open.
Yeah. Fantastic. And it's also, I mean, as we said earlier, it's a fantastic combination with Blue Deer. It's close by.
Gaeta is 1 hour and 20 minutes far from Rome. So you can combine easily the sea and the city. We have a lot of clients this year that after the Blue Deer, they spend a few days in Rome to visit Rome, and just waiting for the flight back to US, for instance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it's a fantastic combination. There's a question in terms of, you know, an idea about the rate in Rome. I mean, we put it up in a way. I mean, it's more affordable than the larger suite, which is not as big.
Our policy was to start very low. Even cheaper than the best suite of the hotels, because normally everybody knows Rome through hotels. Is the first example of luxury private place in Rome, I would say. So we thought that was the case to keep our price lower, absolutely lower than should be expected. Actually, in the low season, the cost for is 3,900 for the entire occupancy of the lodge, and 5,400 in the high season for 4+1 person, including breakfast. And of course, we have 2 housekeeping, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. The house manager is completely at disposal of our guests. We have a chef for breakfast. So we try to pamper as much as possible our guests in a really high privacy and a high standard.
Yeah. And we can also organize some beautiful private dinners in the apartment if clients wish.
In 2 days, no, on Monday we have a fantastic private dinner with also a piano player that is a great pianist, and a 2 Michelin star restaurant will be at the lodge to create a special dinner just for the two. This is a Mamma Mia. This is a perfect place for, how to say, the confirmation. You know, before wedding proposal.
For the wedding proposal. Yes.
Proposal. I'm too old for proposals, so maybe Simone is much more confident.
Right. Yeah. No, it's really an amazing place, and full privacy, of course, these days included. You don't have to walk around with masks or anything. You know,
yeah, of course, you have to walk with mask. But I think that from the 15th of June, if I'm not wrong, in Italy you can walk even without mask.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah.
From Germany or Switzerland, the only problem is not the problem. The duty is to come with a negative test, and that's it. You don't need to do any quarantine. You don't need to do nothing at the end.
Yeah,
so just a test, a negative test.
Yeah. So, yeah, Italia is open, and we are here
finally,
for you.
Yeah,
we've been waiting too long for that, and the mountains are beautiful. We still have some spaces in between. We have some availability. So, yeah, come and see us. And if you have any questions, let me know. Let Stefano know. We also have some live recordings from Rome, which I'm happy to share with you as well. And also, once Stefano will be back in the mountains, we do another one there, so that you get a live idea what white deer is like.
Exactly.
Yeah. So some very nice comments here already. Thank you, notes, for that wonderful presentation. I can only follow and say a big thank you to you, Stefano. It was great seeing you again.
Thank you very much for your passion to listen me introducing my lodges, and thank you to all the people that instead to be at home on Friday night, they decided to spend some time with me. Thank you very much, really.
Thank you very much, and yeah, good luck with the next cruise, and yeah, we'll be in touch. Have a nice weekend all. Grazie.
Grazie.
Ciao.
Thank you so much. Ciao.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Ciao. Bye-bye.